Welcome back to Haki Review, everybody. Today we're gonna be doing a discussion about One Piece chapter 1125. So before we get the video started, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to leave a subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when we upload, okay? Let's get into it. So first off, we start the chapter with getting to see the perspective of Lucci and Kaku, how they dealt with the ending of Egghead. Now, the world government people, or the Marines, or whatever you want to call them, the people in black clothing, they ask them like, where is Stussy? Wasn't Stussy with you? I mean, that's kind of, stuff can't be overlooked, you know? If there's a guy with you, and then you come back from the mission, and he's gone, or she's gone, then you have to ask about it. It's quite a normal question from these world government people. But the answer is kind of weird though. You can look at it at a few different parts. Okay, so the first one is that Lucci killed her, actually. And you can say, oh, that's why Kaku looks very sad in that panel. And the editor could put up the panel right there. The second scenario is like this. In Lucci's head, if she's a traitor, then she gotta be killed. But he couldn't kill her because he couldn't find her, okay? And he didn't want to seem as though as he let a traitor go away and he let a traitor escape. That's why he told them he killed her, and for him to like maybe plan going after her and later on the story, I don't know. That's just a scenario. The third scenario is kind of basically aligned with the same, the second one I put up, but there it has to do with like Kaku lying to Lucci about the whereabouts of Stussy, and therefore Lucci found her of course he found her as a traitor, and he couldn't get a hold of her. That's why he told them he killed her, because he didn't want to be embarrassed in front of his own men. That's where my thoughts at. And bro, come on. No way Stussy gonna die. So I don't think Stussy's gonna die before she meets Weevil and Miss Bucking. That's it, okay? Because Miss Bucking is the first of the clones, right? Yeah, if my thoughts like are aligned with the story, I think Miss Bucking is the first of the clones, and Stussy is one of them. I don't know which one of Stussy. I think she was second or third, bro. It's a lot of chapters to remember, but that's where my head is at with Stussy. I don't think she will die before meeting them, because when she meets them, it kind of wraps up her story arc. Now, moving on, we see Saint J. Garcia Saturn sitting there in front of all the vice admirals that were in the island in the Egghead incident, and he's telling them like, we accomplished almost everything. Bro, how can you even say that, bro? Like, okay, you accomplished, okay, he says to them, they got the like possession of the punk records and the power plant and whatever, the mother flame knowledge and the mother flame and whatever. But bro, like Vegapunk exposed your entire history, basically, not the entire, but fractions of it, which is a lot, and he told everybody that the war is still going on. So how is it in your head? How is it even possible? How is it even possible that you say that you accomplished something in this arc when the failures were so huge in comparison to the accomplishments? He says it's acceptable. Like how, bro? I don't understand. And then one of these guys, one of the vice admiral, he actually wanted to ask a question. Now, when you ask, like, for example, in the beginning of Marineford, I think, when a person wanted to ask this vicious villain, Akainu, at that time, the vicious admiral, he wanted to ask him, oh, please, can I leave? I have a kid, I have a wife, and he completely gets annihilated. It's the same situation right here. Like, you could compare it. It's the same situation. Like, why would you ask a question at such a tense moment? Just stand there and shut the hell up. Like that's it. Shut up. Don't say anything. Especially not what this guy asked. Look, this guy asked like, is it actually true? Does that mean like some of what Vegapunk said was true? Because you Saturn, you told us the message was a failure. So why was it a failure? Is it because the context of the message was true? Boom, gets his head blown off, basically. Okay, if it wasn't One Piece, if it wasn't PG 12 or 13, then he would get his head blown off. I assume that, bro. So that's crazy, bro. Bro, why would you even ask such a question? That's so dumb. Like, do you think actually Saturn is gonna be like, yeah, everything Vegapunk said is true. We are the evil world government. We want to kill we are at war with everybody from the D clan, blah 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 blah. Are you really that stupid to ask such a question? But I get why Oda showcased this is because I get why Oda showcased this is because like the Marines, some of them are actually good and kind-hearted people. They're just misguided. They don't know whether it's like, because the world is not black and white. You can't just choose and pick a side. Like, there are gonna be some Marines that are assholes, that are completely like degenerates and messed up in the head, and there are gonna be pirates like that. The same. It's the same with the vice versa. There are gonna be some good Marines like the Garps, the Kobes, the Sengokus, maybe Sengoku, we don't know a lot, but I see Sengoku as a good guy. And as pirates like Luffy and Shanks and, their crews, basically. So they're gonna be good and bad on both sides. That's why Oda is showing this, that's why Oda made him ask the question. Now, moving on. The only thing I thought was a little bit, it's kind of a nitpick, but it's a little bit weird. Why would Saturn keep the Iron Giant? Bro, I'm not dumb. I read the chapter. I know he says he kept it for like research and stuff. But still, like, didn't you gave it to Vegapunk? Didn't you have a single like, this is the smartest man in the world? You know that Vegapunk was the smartest man in the world. Do you really think that he wouldn't discover your truth and try to go up against you? Or was you blind to that? Did you actually underestimate Vegapunk to the point that you gave him this Iron Giant and made him do some experiments on it for the research? Or, we don't actually know where this 200-year-old mini flashback was. Like, was this at Egghead? Did he just place the Iron Giant at Egghead, and then when Vegapunk was born and he came to Egghead and then he was like researching it? Or where was it? Did you move it somewhere? Like, I don't get it. That's probably the weirdest thing, but it's probably gonna be explained. And also, these guys, they have to be performed on by the owner of the heart fruit, Lost Devil Fruit, okay? Because, guys, how the hell? Or maybe it's that. Maybe it's the like magical surgery that I don't know what it's called, but eternal life surgery by Lost Devil Fruit. But there could be another case to it, okay? As we see later on in this chapter. We cut to Marie Joie, guys. Now, I'm not gonna go over everything, but I'm gonna go over the things that I thought was most important. We cut to Marie Joie, and something shifts. In the air, something shifts. We get to see like a lot of these. I couldn't even care less about these celestial dragons. Just, even the good ones, okay? You were bad for a reason, okay? Then you turned good, okay, fine, bro, fine. But it doesn't make me care for them some more. If you've watched the recent like One Piece episode, there was a good like celestial dragon. But I even forget his name because I don't care about the celestial dragons, bro. I really don't. I only care about the bad ones because I want to see them slap the fuck out. Okay, that's what I want to see. Now, and then we cut to the Chamber of Power at the Marie Joie, and for some reason, Garling starts like walking through the gate and walking to them, and they were like, bro, what do you think you're doing here, man? Do you think you can come up to us just like that uninvited? Well, bro, turns out he was invited, okay? Turns out he was invited. And then he just tell them like, you messed up last arc, okay? Your subordinate is about to eat goddamn shite, okay? He's about to get it, okay? And he just, bro, he's so ice cold, okay? He's so ice cold. He comes, let us do the most to improve it together, my fellow elders. Bro, he just speaking to them on the same terms. Are you kidding me? And then it says, Godhead of the Science Defense. In the Oda, not the Oda, yeah, it's the Oda box. But Godhead of the Science Defense, right? Then it made me directly think, but bro, that was Saturn's position. So what's going on here? Why are they gonna have two people going over the like science defense position? Like, what's going on here? I don't get it. But then, because I watch a lot of reviews, you know, and people have a lot of takes on it and stuff, I understood that something's gonna happen with Saturn, and we the viewers, we're gonna like it, we're gonna love it, okay? Because next thing you see, we cut back to the ship where Saturn is, and with the vice admirals, and he's just like, like, what's going on, bro? Are you choking on some will of D? Oh no, I'm kidding. But no, for reals, bro. Oh, camera focus. Yeah. No, but for reals, bro, like Saturn was actually choking on his own power, bro. That's so funny, and this is the best move by Oda. Like, this is one of the best chapters, I think, because of this, okay? And we say, oh, one of the best chapters, like every week, bro. Every week we say, this is one of the best chapters. This is one of the best chapters. This is bro, because he keeps getting better and better and improving and tying these stuff together, and the ending of One Piece he has in his head in like 20 years ago, and now he added some stuff here and there, and it is just so fantastical to connect all these dots, even the new ones that you made up along the way. You connect them to everything, okay? That's so beautiful. And when he actually, because look, Saturn came originally on the ship, okay? So he didn't come from this summoning circle like the others. He came from on the ship, and he failed to do his mission. Okay, so I get emo for doing what he did. Like, I mean, if I was a vicious villain, I would do the same. You know, Oda did this the best way he could. Okay, there was no conclusion to Saturn's story arc better than this, because he was an asshole. He was a great pain to everybody, bro. He halted Sanji. He halted Luffy, and Luffy kept punching him and punching him and punching him, and he just came back. There was nothing to do about his power. We couldn't even break through him, you know? And he was everywhere. He was summoning people. He was stunning people. No, but he was a menace, bro. And finally, to see him out of the story, basically dying. This is one of the darkest panels of One Piece to date, because he just gets the power sucked out of him, the life sucked out of him as he chokes on it, and then the remains is only his skull, and he's like, great Imo-sama, and he's finished. Okay, this is perfect story writing. He was an essential part of the Egghead incident, and he's done. We're done with him. That's why they introduced Garling, because he's gonna fill up the place. He's gonna fill up his seat. Okay, this is the best way to do it. Okay, let me take an example from the One Piece story that this wasn't handled the best way. Okay, so we go back to Zou. Who was the main villain of the Zou Island? It was Jack, right? So Jack came in the Zou backstory. He beat everybody up. He got the gas going, and everybody, and Chopper had to come and heal them, and you know the story, okay? What happened there is like Jack, we get to introduce to this menace of a guy, the first actual pirate with a billion berry bounty in this story. That was a huge deal. I mean, look, for example, look at Roger's base. He made his entire, look at Roger's base. He made his entire like fan base. He's calling the Mammoth Boys after Jack. I mean, Jack was hype, bro. You couldn't tell me Jack wasn't hype, okay? And then when Zunisha slapped his trunk on him, it was perfect. The perfect ending, okay? When Oda didn't finish him off, I get it. Oh, he's strong, 1 billion berry bounty, whatever. He should still have finished him off. Why? Because you put him back into Wano country, because of course he's like part of the calamities, part of Kaido's crew. Still, he was very underwhelming in Wano. You just brought him back to get another L, okay? So, Jack was really good in Zou and very mediocre, bro. The only good thing about Jack, really, it was the final fight. And it wasn't even Jack that was good, it was Inuarashi. Yeah, it was Inuarashi's moment, you know? He got his moment to defeat Jack and okay, fine. We could have maybe like had him fight off against another person, you know? So the Jack part wasn't handled that good in Wano. And bro, clearly they could have done the same thing with Saturn. Oh, have him go away with the Marines and have him come back later on in another arc just to be defeated by another person. That kind of takes away the credibility of the character. And that's why I think this is the best movie. And Imu, he doesn't give a goddamn shite, bro. Bro, he just like, you failed your mission, like, you're out, man. I don't care. I don't care if you've been serving me for like 900 plus years. I don't care, bro. You out. And I have my theory, like, come on, bro. I mean, this chapter was amazing. From start to finish. I'm not gonna go... First of all, my English is not the best thing in the world. Second of all, I'm not gonna go over the entire chapter. You can go read it for yourself. I'm gonna talk about what I feel is most important, okay? And that was it. That was the most important part, like showcasing this vicious nature of Imu. Like, we know he was vicious, but to this extent, I hope they don't censor this in the anime, bro. Because by the time everyone gets here to this episode, everyone will be grown up and you don't have to censor anything. No, but for real. I hope they don't censor it, because the impact of the skull actually just lying there on the ground and they're like, oh, what the hell, it's his bones, and everybody's shocked. It's so menacing, it's so dark, and it's handled very correctly, and I commend Oda for that, because Oda has made a lot of mistakes before. We all know that, like, nobody is perfect, I know, but still he could have handled some stuff. Bro, the will of P, we all know the will of P, bro. The Pell, the Pagaya, yeah, you know the will of P. And we thought the same about Pedro. Listen, listen, before I wrap this video, ain't nobody thought that Pedro was actually dead before Wano Country. Before we came to Wano, no, even at Wano Country, we didn't think he was dead. Like, for reals, okay? Until Onigashima, then we was like, okay, they were saying, oh, I'm gonna avenge Pedro. Okay, he's actually dead. Okay, nobody thought that just because of the will of P, bro. It's insane. The will of P is stronger than the will of D. Mark my words. Okay, guys, there you have it. This has been a discussion, review, whatever you want to call it, of One Piece chapter 1125. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, show us some support. And there you have it, guys. Peace.